Hey everybody, another video here for you. It's been a while since I did an Ancient America video about a mound site, so why don't we take care of one, maybe the most important one we haven't talked about. We are going down to the Carson site here in Mississippi. Located fairly close to the Mississippi here, this is where the site sits today. Pretty much lost to history. You can kind of guess where the mounds sit here. This is out in the middle of nowhere. There was once 80 mounds at this site, second only to Cahokia. This place has been kind of wiped from history. This sits near the border of Arkansas and Mississippi, but let's just take a look here at some LiDAR pics where these mounds actually are down here. It's pretty telling. This is where the Carson Mounds lay in this whole area here. If we look at LiDAR, you can tell where these mounds are. Notice down here in the right here, right up here, a few other places. Here is what LiDAR reveals. Mounds A, B, C, D, E, and F. 6 of them. There is an enclosure right there. I don't know if that is modern, but you would really never know it from overhead on Google Earth. A lot of times these trees are covering the mounds. That is a look. Some LiDAR here. Pretty revealing. De Soto visited the site a little under 500 years ago, and then when French explorers were here in the late 1600s, these people were gone, probably wiped out by disease. Here's a story from American Archaeology magazine, Carson Mounds, artifact details that make one stop and wonder. Here is the most complete bowl found at the site here. Intricate designs on there for sure. That's a pretty cool artifact. Now here is a map coming from Cyrus Thomas in 1894 when he mapped the site. Over 80 mounds here were found here originally. So the importance of this site has really been lost in reading what people say about it. It was one of the most important mound sites in all of Mississippi. And the amount of mounds found here are certainly indicative of that. The mounds remaining here today, I guess one of them still is about 12 meters or about 40 feet high. The other one maybe 10 or 15 feet high, just remnants of these major mounds at the site here. Looking from overhead, I assumed there wasn't much going on at the site today, but I guess they hold lessons for kids. That's always good. I think you can see the remnants of the mounds there in the distance. Here is the regional director who works at the site here of the TAC, whatever that is. I assume the A stands for archaeology. Here, another lesson from the site. So that's cool that they do preserve the history here by giving lessons and on-site demonstrations, I guess. Here's the most comprehensive paper that I have found on the site, and I will leave this link below in case any of you want to read it. It's very comprehensive. It goes over some excavation of the mounds here. This is a photo mosaic, layering some flood levels found at the site here. Here is a map. All the mound sites in the area. I think I got a list. Look at that map. That'll show you all the mounds in Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi area there. Here's a look at Mound B from the Carson site. No leaves on the trees. You get an idea of the double mound here. One of two at the site. And I'm not sure why these trees are on these mound sites all over the place. Maybe they don't want to pull out the trees and do damage to the mounds. That makes the most sense to me. Here's a story from last August. I haven't found too many pics, artifacts from the site except for that one bowl I showed, but here is work being done at the site. You notice the small mounds in the background, but a lot of shells, shell beads, and that kind of typical artifacts that we talk about at the mound builder sites were found here, gorgets and other things. Just reading a little, it says in 2007, a planned farming operation at what's known as the Carson site uncovered evidence of a once large Native American village and monumental center located in the Yazoo Basin of Northwestern Mississippi. So it was about 13 years ago that they realized all these sites here under the ground. Here's a look at the historical marker from the site. It says the Carson Mounds, located on McWilliams Road, about 1 mile west of Highway 1, northwest of Clarksdale. They say the site got going around 1000 of the current era, only 1,000 years old. I have a hunch it's a little bit older than that, but they say the place was thriving around 1200 of the current era. Then by, say, 1650 or so, these people had vanished. That's another video on ancient America, a lost mound site. Some educational efforts are made here today. That's pretty cool. That site was once a major site in ancient America. Over 80 mounds. Just a sniff of it left today. That's the way it goes. Hope you thought that was interesting. You all have a very safe day.